everybody, welcome to another edition of Thoughts Count Anywhere. You are watching live from the Go Live Vegas studios in the heart of Las Vegas. I am Aaron Phillips, the voice, and sitting here with me at the dais, Mr. Matt Mullen. How are you?
I'm doing great. How about yourself, Aaron?
I'm doing very well, thank you. You notice why our middle chair tonight is empty. Mr. Scott Hosey had a family emergency right before we went on the air. So we want to wish him and his family well. Hopefully everything gets taken care of. Definitely. We will see him on Saturday for his show, hopefully, and then we'll see him at the mall later on for his thing, and we're going to be all over the place. Also, let us introduce to you the person who we've affectionately called the bellboy, now sitting in the steel cage, Mr. Jason Piper. How are you?
Good, sir. How are you?
You look kind of cozy over there.
I'm in heaven.
Wait till we get the padlock on the steel door, and you ain't coming out, my friend. Anyway,
fine. I'll find a way out.
You can't climb over that cage, I'll tell you that
I don't care. I'll still find a way.
The ghost will stop you. Anyway, remember, grab a pen and paper because I'm going to give you some phone numbers. We have a great giveaway today, courtesy of Power Play Sports Collectibles. First, our local number within the United States, 702-329-6947. Long distance out of the country, 855-502-4321. The numbers are right there on the bottom of the screen. And also, hey, tweet us. Live tweet will show up on the screen, but you must use hashtag ThoughtsCountAnywhere. We'll get you up there. We'll answer your question. And as always, we got you on the chat rooms. Start your own watch party for us and share, because tonight's guest coming up after our first break is a returning guest. I don't know why he felt he wanted to come back. I guess he had nothing else to do tonight, so he figured to come on Thoughts Count Anywhere tonight. Wes Logan from Versus Pro Wrestling here in Vegas.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. That's
some updates.
He's got some cool stuff coming up.
New stuff. Now, he's over there saying, nah, I'm nobody important. That's, don't build me up. I know. He's not going to get out of the studio door. His wife's going to have to, push his head down to get him out of the place when we're done. Anyway, so Wes will be joining us momentarily to talk about all the great things going on for his business and down at the Boulevard Mall. We'll talk about that, and we'll talk about what we're going to do with him on Saturday. But first, it's time for I Hear Voices. All right, big question after Monday Night Raw. Christian made a very inauspicious return to the ring to take on Randy Orton in defense of his buddy Edge. And, of course, the dirtiest player in the book, Mr. Ric Flair, got involved.
Yeah, that was pretty... I was not expecting Christian to come out to, some kind of fight at all. So I don't know if he was, medically cleared to do that or what's going on, but there's a lot of rumors that he's gonna make a last run, and maybe he got medically cleared to do a couple matches. There's a bunch of dream matches everybody wants to see, so I kind of hope he does, but with all his history of concussions, Randy Orton is definitely the best person to put him in the ring with because he's known as the safest worker in the company.
Your thoughts, Mr. Piper? Sorry, I didn't mean to wake you up over there.
You're fine. Now, as far as Randy Orton is concerned, Randy Orton is one of the better wrestlers to wrestle with because he does look out for everyone he's ever wrestled with. And, of course, you just got Ric Flair, who's Ric Flair. So
it'll make for an interesting dichotomy. How many times, though, can you go to the well of bringing back wrestlers who haven't performed in so many years, especially after an injury? I mean, Edge, Daniel Bryan, all these guys who've had severe neck. I mean, Steve Austin, his career ended. Yeah. Because of a neck injury. You push it one time, Paige is out of the ring because of it.
Yeah.
How many times do you go to the well with these guys coming back? Or is it desperation for the WWE now, needing ratings, going back to those previous performers?
I think it's maybe the history of neck injuries and the advancements of surgeries. Maybe it's a little better for them, but with Christian, it's concussions, and there's no real way to fix that. Once you've had a concussion, it's a lot easier to get another one.
Right.
So one wrong shot to him, and it could be a life-altering mistake.
Absolutely. He could lose. Listen, you lose a lot with any injury, but we know the research on CTE and all that stuff and what it can do. But again, you have a guy like Edge who had neck fusion surgery and was out in 9 years. Yeah, it's just. To me, it's scary, but I'm wondering if they're going back that way because of the need for names to appear for ratings, because we all know ratings are not good really for all the pro TV shows because there's no fans, no any of that. And I'm just wondering if they're going to the well because of that.
It could be that, and maybe the wrestlers just want to end their careers on their own terms.
I agree with that.
Edge just had to go away, and Christian kind of just slid under the radar, and after a year gone, everyone's like, where'd Christian go?
I kind of agree with that, but if I were one of those guys, and I'm not, but if I were, I'd want to retire in front of 60,000 people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at the way Edge came back for Royal Rumble. I mean, that place blew off when he stepped out.
Oh, yeah.
And any of these guys, I mean, The Undertaker, we'll talk about the last ride in a little bit, but I don't see him doing his last match in front of an empty arena. I mean, God willing, we'll have people back into arenas at the time he's ready to call his last match, but I don't know. I wouldn't want to retire in an empty studio myself, but that's just me.
I wouldn't either. I'm imagine Edge will come back when like his tricep injury heals.
9 months. That's a 4 to 9 months or 4 to 8 months. That's a long time for a guy who was out of action for 9 years.
That's why Randy Orton said we'll see you in 2029.
Yeah,
and I'll still be here.
That's right. I did see that. That was actually well said and well done. All right, next topic. Brock Lesnar to return soon, possibly for a match finally, after all these years of talk, against Bobby Lashley.
I'd be cool to see. Everybody's been wanting to see it. I'd rather see it in an MMA like Octagon. That would be way more entertaining to see, but the wrestling match, I still want to see that too. And
I don't think Brock can go toe-to-toe, or not Brock, but Lashley can go toe-to-toe with Brock in a ring.
I think it's the other way around. Brock does not like to get hit in the face.
That is true.
He runs a lot, and Bobby Lashley...
He doesn't like getting hit in the face, and he does not like getting submitted. That is for sure.
True that.
I'm reading some of the comments in the chat room. I'm wondering why Thomas is saying that I'm burying my own show. I don't know what he means by that. But he did follow that up by saying that I should fire the bell ringer. I don't know.
You're not firing nobody.
Thomas does agree that he believes it's total desperation. And Chief is out there wondering, don't you feel Edge carried Christian all those years?
Not always. Not always.
Would you not agree, though, that of the tandem, that Christian was probably more popular of the two?
Yeah, but that's the same thing with Jeff and Matt Hardy. Everybody said that Matt carried Jeff, but Jeff has more titles than Matt does. So
does Christian have more titles than Edge?
No.
I'm kind of asking that rhetorically because I really don't know the answer.
No, Edge actually holds more of a titles reign than Christian does. It's just together they're great, but their belt records just doesn't add up.
Thomas says Vince just never saw Christian as a top guy. So over Edge. I mean, Edge got in the storyline with Lita and Vicky Guerrero, and he did have some great one-on-one storylines as a single competitor.
Main evented WrestleMania with The Undertaker.
Exactly. Versus Christian, I don't think he ever got to that level that I can recall off the top of my head without Edge.
He won the world title, beat Randy Orton for it too.
Who did?
Christian.
Once.
Yeah.
How many times was Edge champion?
Like 10.
Okay. You're honored. The
Once is
defense
better
rest.
than...
No, absolutely. Because there are people out there that never had it. I totally agree with you. Absolutely. All right, just as a quick reminder, 702-329-6947, because after our guest is done with us, or we're done with him, whichever, he may walk out on us first, I don't really know. We're going to give you a trivia question. We're going to show you a picture of somebody, and we're going to ask you to tell us who that is to win a prize.
Luck.
So this is reaching back to yesteryear. There's your prize. It is a Chris Masters sign. Is that autographed? I think it is.
Yes, it is.
WWE figure. But in order to win that, when we come back on the other side after our guest and I are done and us discussing what we got going on for Versus Pro Wrestling, we will then ask for you to call in. So be ready on the dial, 702-329-6947. You are watching, believe it or not, they haven't kicked us off the air yet. I guess that's a good thing.
Definitely.
Thoughts count anywhere with Matt, with Jason, Ron on the board, yours truly, Aaron, and we send our thoughts to Scott, who's at home dealing with some situations. We will be back in about 60 seconds. Don't go anywhere. All your sports collectibles in Las Vegas. Stop by Power Play Sports Collectibles in the Boulevard Mall. Power Play has a large selection of items from all your favorite teams, specializing in the Vegas Golden Knights, Las Vegas Raiders, and pro wrestling. Power Play Sports Collectibles has an online store if you prefer the online shopping experience, plus they ship worldwide. So if you're looking for that sports collectible for yourself or that special someone, check out Power Play Sports Collectibles online at www.powerplaysportscards.com or at the Boulevard.
Old world recipes, old world style, old world taste. Burnt Offerings at 3909 West Sahara Avenue is where the old world meets Las Vegas for a dining experience like no other. Burnt Offerings, where foodies dine.
Hi there, we're back. We always wait till the last second. He's always giving us a countdown. Have you noticed? Like at 10, we should have our headsets on, ready to go. But it's like he's at 1. And I'm just putting my...
Not professional.
Not professional. Well, you know, you can't judge a book by its cover. Joining us here in the dais, man that really is really taking wrestling by storm here in this town. We've had him on our show before. Anchor wrestling for Level Up Expo that was held earlier this year, which I had my first opportunity to represent and provide my voice to the card there. Mr. Wes Logan joins us. How are you, sir?
I'm well. How was Level Up, though?
I loved it.
It
That
was
was
fun,
great.
right?
I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of great action over 2 days. I walked a ton from where we parked to
Yes.
get in. Up there
Yes,
walking up
that was
that
a
darn
lot.
ramp.
There's a lot of that walking stuff.
But it was a lot of fun. I'd never been in a cosplay convention to take all that in. It's wild.
yeah. There's a lot of cool people there.
A lot of repetition, though, too.
Yeah, I mean, people are gonna dress the same. You're gonna see
I meant
like
the
a million
stands.
Rick and Mortys.
I meant the stands.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
vendors. There was
Yeah.
like the same kind of stuff in like every one of them.
Well, if you can't get a sword at one, you're definitely getting a sword at another one.
That's very true. That is very well said. Very well said. As a matter of fact, I believe we have some folks hanging out with us, like our own little in-studio audience. And I believe one of the folks that are here also wrestled that day, too, didn't he?
Yeah,
Right? He
Put
was
hands
a-
on people.
That's,
You ain't gonna do that to me though.
oh, look at that. There you go. We even got him on camera real quickly just to show him off.
That's
Anyway,
my dude.
there you go. Thomas, stop that. Every time Thomas hears my voice on a commercial, he says he loves the voiceover guy.
Pretty.
I know. It is.
Audible chocolate.
Hey, listen, if
It'll
you
sound
want
better
to...
on more commentary.
Should I
teams.
leave now or?
No, you're good. No, you're fine because I know where to find you on Saturday. Not that I'm going to do anything about it, but that's okay. We'll talk about that in a minute. 702-329-6947 if you have a question for Wes. Please feel free to call in if you're out of the country, 855-502-4321. Question in the chat room. Hashtag us. Thoughts count anywhere through Twitter. We'll address your question as well. So, what's going on with Versus, man? I mean, I have a cheat sheet. I know what's going on. And I follow Facebook.
Can I have that cheat sheet? Because I forgot.
Oh, okay,
a
there you
lot.
go. So take us to the first thing that comes to mind.
So we've been doing a lot of build out. We had to hold off on everything because we were supposed to start like not too far after Level Up ended.
Right.
But with COVID and everything shutting everything down, unfortunately, we had to take a little bit of a hiatus and
break.
make sure everybody was taken care of the proper way. In between that hiatus, we did get a green light shortly before. I guess the whole thing got lifted from Vegas that we can go in the mall and kind of do some build out over there. So we've been steady working and painting and building.
And this is
stuff.
where now?
This is at the Boulevard Mall.
There we go.
I know Maryland Parkway is the main street, but you can get it from Maryland and I guess Trop now. Is that how
Desert
far?
Inn.
You can come in that way,
There you
DI.
go. There you go.
But let's just say where the area of the mall that you're talking about is the back by the movie theater side. So it's actually on the opposite side of the Maryland Parkway entrance.
So
That's the
I
easiest
grew
way.
up at that mall. Like that,
Oh, okay.
that was my kid mall. Like every time
So
I
why
would
is
go,
it not called Logan Mall?
it would be nice, right? Hey, that would be beautiful. Not as marketable, but it's
that's
cool.
all right.
But, Project West, cool. But anyway, when I went there as a kid, they didn't have any of the stuff that was there
Right.
now,
Right.
and it's amazing that people don't know that there's a movie theater. That they don't know that Heads Up's there. They don't know that Power Play's there now.
Sequest?
Sequest. Yeah.
Power
okay.
Play. What's Power Play? Who's
Power Play's
Play?
a sports card.
Oh, yes.
Memorabilia place. You got the thing on the corner of y'all watching? I see it.
Oh, no, I don't know.
Oh, it's not there anymore. The Twitter's in the way.
No, no, it's on behind
Where's
us.
Bubba
Though.
Ray?
It's on behind us, though. It's
Okay. Power Play.
We
sports
love
card.
Scott. But anyway.
Yes. Every time I'm here, he's not here. He dipped out on me again.
Hey, listen. I don't know. I've never seen the two of you in the same room at the same time. So for all I know, you could be the same person.
That'd be weird, right?
Like Batman and Bruce Wayne. I don't know.
yeah.
One hell of a transformation.
Was he not here when you were here last time?
Nah, he left
Really?
me. Yeah, he's
I
like,
thought
"Hey,
he-
you want to do this show?" I was like, "Yeah, cool." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna be there. Forget this guy."
Hey, I want to remind everybody, if you're not watching us on Facebook, but you like Instagram, if you like YouTube, if you like Twitter, if you like Periscope, by the way, if you like Twitch now, we can be found on all of that. GoLive.Vegas website. Or if you like audio only and you're on the move, take us on the go by simply downloading Go Live Vegas mobile app.
Go live.
All right, so you got the space in the mall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I know you're not just like renting the space to do nothing.
No.
What's the plans for the space?
We're going to have wrestling training, seminars mainly, but we have a set of coaches that we're going to have there that are going to do beginners training and then advanced training once they get to that point. We are going to have live shows there. That's going to be the fun part because the mall's given us a lot of leeway, not only in our suite, but they've given us the green light to actually have bigger shows in the middle of the mall.
Yeah,
just
that
have
open
fun.
rotunda area,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. There's a couple of them that they're talking about, so
Right on.
I'm excited for that. Hopefully, we can link up with Scott and Power Play and get some pretty cool shows going on. And then we have our first seminar this Saturday.
Yeah, hopefully our producer can bring that up when he has a moment after he's done playing around with cameras over there.
We have that with Jesus Rodriguez, formerly known as Roberto Rodriguez.
Roberto Rodriguez.
Very
I
excited.
can't roll the R's like he can. So that should be fun. Now, he and Jeff Cobb will be at Power Play Sports from 12 to 2 doing an autograph session. There you go. The flyer's up there on the screen right now, which is pretty cool. So we want to make sure. So is there a cost for the seminar? What has to happen for somebody to come in on the
Yes.
seminar?
$20 for each seminar student that wants to come in, and then everybody can do the meet and greet with Jesus Rodriguez over at Power Play Sports Card prior.
Right on. Well, that's pretty cool. That's right. Are you going to be training at all too?
I will be training. I'm a little hesitant on this training session with the seminar because I want to make sure that everybody's
Sure.
taken care of properly.
But under normal
Yeah,
circumstances.
I'm going to be involved 100%. Yeah.
Now, for those who don't, can you pull up the picture of Wes as a wrestler? That very first picture you picked up? Because,
Which ones?
well, it'll come up. It'll surprise you. All I know is at level. No, not that one.
See,
I don't want that one.
That's a pretty one.
I don't want, no. That's the one I want.
I don't know that.
That's
guy.
the one I want because you know what? At Level Up, that's the very first time I saw that.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I've had nightmares since, and I'm going to
Yeah.
psychiatry for it. But
Okay.
that's a pretty awesome character. How'd you come up with that character, by the way?
So that's not me. That's,
No,
That's Beast the Butcher.
That's
Beast the Butcher.
So you know Beast the Butcher.
I know that guy.
How did he get started?
Became that guy? He's in a heavy metal band called Death in Motion. Yeah, and he screams a lot. So that's where all that aggression comes into play. And then when he's wrestling, it just gets a little bit more violent. in
There you go.
comparison.
And violent it was, I can tell you that much. Send us a question through Twitter using hashtag Thoughts Count Anywhere. If you have a question, a comment. I do have a question that came in the chat room. Let's see. No, Chief. He's
Yes,
not
tell
going to. No, Chief is not. He is not going to help you handle me. Okay, so forget about it.
Oh,
Chief wants.
Saturday.
Yeah, Chief wants to know who trained you.
I had a series of amazing trainers. My first real wrestling trainer was Michael Modest.
Okay.
Yeah, Michael Modest was my mentor. In between that time, Rico Constantino, D'Lo Brown, Sin Bodhi.
There's some heavy hitters.
There's
there.
there's a laundry list of people that have had a hand in working with me. Glenn Gilberti, Disco Inferno. They've all had some sort of push towards me being either Beast the Butcher or Project West. So.
Right on. Matt, do you have something over there you want to ask?
With the other part of your space you're doing, like the esports stuff, I'm always interested in like video games and stuff. What do you have planned for that kind of stuff?
So there's going to be esports in the back part of the suite. We haven't really developed a great game plan on that just yet. But from what I understand, a lot of that's going to be revolving around things like Mario Kart and fighting games like Tekken. So once we get a very strong developed plan on what we want to do with the esports arena, that's going to be heavily involved when it comes to not only the versus talent, but the talent that we bring in as well. You guys had Marty the Moth on here a few weeks ago. He's a
And
big
we're still
gamer.
recovering, by the way.
Yeah, he's a weird one, huh?
No
Love him some
WWE
weird.
2K20.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Not that one. What's that new game they got?
That was the
coming out?
best thing I seen on Raw is when they were showing Christian. There was a poster for WWE 2K19.
Yeah, same price as it was when it came out too. That's cool. Awesome. I want to throw somebody in an alligator. That's the new game. I want that
In
game.
an alligator?
Yeah, it was like you just throw John Cena in an alligator. You didn't see that?
Oh, no, I
video
didn't
game?
see that one.
Man,
No,
come on.
no.
Man.
Listen, yeah. Wait, before anybody throws out the old jokes, okay,
It's not on Atari.
I still remember Kong.
My dad's old. He still plays video games.
All right, I play solitaire on my computer.
That's
Does that
a
count?
game.
All right, well, then,
Yeah.
all right, I'm a gamer.
Yeah, boom.
And the new video game by Wes Logan.
Pong.
Pong.
You know, Pong, that ball went so slow you can order pizza from Domino's and still get it in 30 minutes before the ball got to the other side.
If you watched that 70s show, Kelso improved it. So there you go. Boom.
See, now I wouldn't know that. I
Smaller
never watched it. Smaller pals. I needed the ones that were like 3/4 of the way. I blink, you missed the damn thing go by. So, jeez Louise.
Dude, taxes on the way over.
Telling you, Domino's, you never got a free pizza because they were always there within 30 minutes. So, all right. So, when is the official grand opening for the place? Is it this Saturday, or are you gonna have a grand opening?
That's the soft opening. We're just getting people in there
Okay.
so we can have that connection, and then getting everybody to familiar with the venue.
Right.
And then it looks like July 1st we're going to be going for a full opening.
Right on. Okay. All right. If you need a voice guy, I know somebody. Who
Well, I mean, there are things happening that I am going to need you.
Okay. You know where to find me.
I
All I need is lunch. That's it.
Wow.
And now the way I eat now, it's about
Someone's
this much.
underselling themselves.
So a small sandwich. Got it.
Wes,
Oh, and if you need,
There's a pretzel place like right next door.
I know, right, exactly.
Pretzel weenies.
I'm so glad we got out of the mall to do the show because after every show I'd go across to that pretzel place and I'd have to buy 2 for 1. Because you have to. It's a deal that way. Also, too, if you need any professional video work, our studio guy here, AA Ron, he did 30 years of television in Texas.
30 years?
Almost 30 years. Was it 25 years, 30 years? How many years was it?
Barely watching WrestleMania at that point.
He didn't even, listen, this is a guy from Calgary. He knows of the Hearts. He's friends with the Hearts, and he's hockey. That's all he knows.
What am I talking to you for?
I have no idea. Okay. You can talk to him if you want, although you would lose him right after you say anything beyond the Hearts because you don't know anything about wrestling. But
We had
Stu,
Vicky
Brett.
Guerrero on.
I
and
got
he
a
asked
while.
We had Vicky Guerrero on, and he asked who Eddie was.
Oh.
although he did know our guest a couple of weeks ago, Ross Hart, because there's a Hart family.
right.
He did know that. But yeah, he asked, who's Eddie Guerrero? Who's only? Listen, you get what you pay for. I guess, you know what I'm saying?
Beat him
But-
up, A.A. Ron.
That's right. Actually, Chief is threatening with me from last week, something we did on the air.
Why do you have heat with Chief?
Because Scott started it.
Okay.
Need I say more?
Blame it on Scott.
Of course, he's not here. Why not?
Instigate a Scott.
Although I will see him on Saturday at 8 a.m. for his show,
Exactly.
so that's all right. That's all right.
So who's knocking on Christian? Don't be knocking on Christian. That's
No,
horrible.
I'm not knocking. I'm just saying.
Do you have any any background on the TNA run with Christian?
Listen, I'm the interviewer. Don't ask me questions.
I'm just trying to see. I'm trying to gauge stuff like what I can talk about. What I can't.
You can talk about whatever you want. Because if I don't know, I got guys around here that
But
can
like,
support me.
did you catch that?
I didn't. I got to be honest. I was a WWE guy all the way.
What's that?
Monday nights when it was Monday Night Wars. Thank God my wife went out bowling on a. Oh, we got a call.
Please be
somebody's
Chief.
fired.
Let me take.
I saw a light. I had to go.
If this ain't Chief,
Thank you for calling Thoughts Count Anywhere. Your name, where you're calling from, and how are you listening to us?
Hey, this is the Chief.
Yes! No!
God.
No!
You rustled the feathers,
So-
brother.
So put me on the radio. Put me on the podcast.
You're on right
You're
now.
on right
on
now,
live.
Chief. You're on.
You're on live right now, dude.
Hey, Beast, I need a favor.
Uh-oh.
I need some training because
No.
that guy
I'm
sitting
gonna
next
I'm gonna
to
put you on hold, but if it sounds like a dial tone, you keep hanging, okay,
So,
Chief?
just so you know, we do have
Because that
boxing
guy-
gloves there.
because that guy sitting next to you
Don't talk
called
about Matt
me-
like that.
Called me old last week.
Oh, did you do that?
Matt, shame on you.
So I need some training because I want to take him out at the knees.
Chief,
So
you
I'll
gotta
be-
train me. You know how to do chokeholds and stuff, man. I don't.
So I'll be there Saturday.
Okay, I'll see you Saturday, sir.
I'll put up the $20.
Shut up.
I'll double that.
Can I give you change on the 20?
You got a better payday than most of the people in Vegas right now.
Hey, you guys be safe. I'll see you all Saturday.
All right, Chief.
Love you, Chief.
Enjoying the show. Love you guys.
Thanks, bud.
See you Saturday.
Bye bye.
All right, I got to ask you, do you know who those people are in the chat room?
Kelby Klein. Yes, I know Kelby Klein. Kelby Klein makes more towns than most wrestlers.
Okay.
He does too.
Okay. I didn't know who it was.
You
That's what I was
you got an FSW event, Kelby Klein's there. You got a versus event, Kelby Klein's there. Guess where he's gonna be the next week? Party Hard. Yeah, he's gonna be there too.
asking. All right.
Yeah.
He's been
What California promotions do you know? Yep, he's there too.
Okay.
All right.
It doesn't matter what promotions you know.
Kobe Klein is there.
He's there. You know what? It's only 7:30, and we've already lost control of the show. Have you noticed that? We've already
I
lost
need to
control.
hook that kid up
Yeah,
with some like good pieces of paper. Though. He's always running around with like his folded up papers. trying
Do
to
we
get
have enough time
wrestlers
for a Kobe
autographs.
Klein story?
You have for you. I can make time
All right, so
because I don't need you on one condition.
Yeah, what's that?
You keep Chief away from me on
I can't.
Saturday.
I
Then
can't.
I'm sorry. We're going to cut Wes loose right now. No, go ahead.
So Kobe Klein messaged Beast the Butcher, and he asked for his autograph. And he's like, "Yeah, I'll see you at the show." And he looked dead at Beast. Beast looked dead at him, and he just stood there like frightened. So Beast just kept walking. Next time, he's like, "Hey, can I get an autograph?" "Yeah, of course. Come say hi." He's like, "Can I get a picture?" "Yeah, of course. Come on." And then sees him again, dead at him. Doesn't even look at him. He's just like shaking those papers that you're talking about. He's just shaking. So there was this one company in Arizona that I will not mention anymore. But I was working that show and I saw Kelby, or Beast saw Kelby through the
The curtain.
yeah, and then
That's a curtain that hangs there. I just thought I'd help.
I looked at him and I went like this, and he slowly shook his way to him. Finally got his picture.
Right on. There you go.
I thought you were going to say he's going to shake his way to the bathroom.
No, yeah, almost got to that point.
If he didn't go
Left
prior.
a trail on the way there.
That was just to find his way back, probably. That's all that it was. All right, so your festivities start what time on Saturday?
So we have the signing from, I think that's from 1 to 2, and then
At-
shortly
at
after
Scott
2,
you're talking about?
at
Scott's
Scott,
12 to 2.
and that's 12 to 2,
Right.
and then right after that we're from 2 to whenever he wants to shut it down.
Right on. Well, that day after we're done, I've got 3 shows here in the morning, and then by 2 o'clock we'll be over at the mall to help celebrate the last hour with Scott for his celebration. But we're also going to make our way over to you, just kind of stop in. So it's going to be a combined remote between TCA and Power Play Sports Collectibles. Since we're all going to be there, we're just going to kind of do everything to cover as much as we can and have some fun down there in a live remote. So that'll be from 2 to 3 Pacific time. As you got your thing going on, as Scott's wrapping up his hour, we'll head over there. And there you see on the screen right now, we'll just call him Ricardo Rodriguez because most people probably know who he is. Seminar's $20, right? Do you have a cap as to how many people can participate in the seminar due to social distancing and all that? Or?
We don't actually have those limitations there,
Okay.
but we will make sure that everybody's taken care of properly.
Okay, very cool. Excellent. All right. Any last questions there? I know you have one. The very, let's see, which is the one that the last question you have on there I think is worth asking Wes, that you have on the run sheet that you prepared. As he looks at me like, what are you
I was
talking
going to
about?
say, like, the only way to probably wrestle the beast is with social distancing.
And that would be to keep running? Is that would be to keep running
Very
away from
strict
me?
social distancing. My last question was, who's your dream opponent if you can wrestle anybody?
Um,
And Kelby replied and he said he wasn't scared.
he ain't scared now.
Come Saturday.
Yeah. So I don't necessarily have like a dream opponent, only because there's a lot of them that aren't with us anymore. But you know, I've always wanted to learn in ring physically by like Arn Anderson,
Oh, okay.
Taz, the guys that are relatively I was fixated on as a kid. Like I'm a big Undertaker fan. Like that's my number one. But like learning from guys like Taz and Arn Anderson, that's probably one of the things that I wanted to do the most.
All right, with learning and like you doing seminars, who's your dream seminar guest?
Yeah, Arn.
Arn.
Double A. Absolutely.
I don't know, I think we may know somebody who knows somebody.
Know that guy that know that guy?
Because, well,
That
he
may
just-
have drove him to the airport or something.
something like that. He checked into the chat room, so he's listening right now as we speak. So, yeah, so he's out there. All right, cool. Listen, it's been fun. I look forward to seeing you Saturday amongst all the action and the newness, and bringing a live perspective as to what Versus has to offer here in the Las Vegas wrestling scene, but beyond that, because people can come in from anywhere, right? And participate,
absolutely.
which is really cool. All right,
Appreciate
Wes
you guys having
Logan
me.
joining us here tonight on Thoughts Count Anywhere. When we come back, we're going to step aside for a quick bake, whatever you want to do during the break.
Lemon or chocolate?
Lemon or chocolate. We'll be back, maybe, after this commercial break.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Old world recipes, old world style, old world taste. Burnt Offerings at 3909 West Sahara Avenue is where the old world meets Las Vegas for a dining experience like no other. Burnt Offerings, where foodies dine.
Burn Offering, 702-848-BURN. Hey, listen, you saw some great dishes there in the commercial, but with pay-per-views and sporting events and everything, you know what? Jason can actually talk about this. Isn't their food terrific?
Their food is absolutely yummy.
You had chicken fingers, right? Or did you have the boneless? What did you have there that day we were filming?
The boneless chicken fingers and chicken fingers.
There you go. And then they had the burnt ends. Great food for tailgating, okay? Great food for tailgating, dinner, whatever you want. You got folks coming over and you don't know what to do. Call them because they have great food that they can either deliver, you can pick it up, whatever you want to do. Tell them Thoughts Got Anywhere sent to you because then maybe, they'll pat you on the back. I don't know. But just let them know you saw it here and all will be good. That's Burn Offerings. All right. Let's see. Need to show the Power Play stuffed banners. Okay. So put them up, Mr. In Control. I guess we have a new signing. Saturday, July 11th. Sean Davari will be over at Power Play Sports Collectibles. Autographs will be $10 each. Former WWE and TNA superstar. That's be outside Power Play Sports. I do not see a time on there. Oh, from 11 to 1. There we go. Boulevard Mall. Man, he keeps writing these things in smaller letters. I can't read this.
You need better glasses.
I guess so. Or a bigger monitor. One or the other.
Or the Zoom
Thank
feature.
you. See, there he just did it. Thank you very much. There you go. July 11th, I will be out of town for that. Yeah, keep going. Go ahead. July 11th, I will be out of town for that signing, but it's from 11 to 1, $10 for autographs. And then, of course, this week, as we were just talking about with Wes, from 11 to 3, Power Play Sports and Company will be celebrating their anniversary. Now, Saturday, June 20th, all items that day, 30% off, or is it up through the party? He always confuses
I think
me.
it's up till the end of the anniversary.
There you go. 30% off. There'll be giveaways, drawings, all sorts of good stuff. Plus, we'll be there doing a live podcast, 11 to 3. And then from 12 to 2, Jeff Cobb and Ricardo Rodriguez. I'm going to just call him Ricardo, or as he said last week, Richardo Rodriguez.
Well, you call him Roberto.
And, hey, what is this? Oh, Power Play Sports Collectibles Show. Yeah, that's right. We're here, 8 a.m. Talking about the latest news and events going on in the collectibles industry. You can watch on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope, Twitter, Twitch. So that has to be updated there, Mr. Producer. Go Live Vegas app from 8 to 9. And you can check out for more information shows at powerplaysportscards.com.
AKA everywhere. It's everywhere.
Pretty much. It's a shorter list where we're not on, actually.
Nowhere.
Nowhere. All right, so here's what we're going to... You know what? It's time for a giveaway.
Aaron,
Shall we do it?
Aaron.
Yes, sir.
Scott just put on the chat end of anniversary for the 30% off. If you care.
So that would be the end of Saturday,
Yes.
which is what Matt said.
I was just reiterating.
And you were not listening.
Come
I
get
was
your
listening.
Karrion Cross autographs, Tessa Blanchard autographs, and
Scarlet
much
autographs.
more.
Charlotte, Sting, Bret Hart. All for 30% off. They're
Thoughts
already
Count-
a good price.
Hold on. It's a little plug. Thoughts Count Anywhere t-shirts, $25. Power Play Sports.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that. There you go. Who gets the money for that, by the way? No, you notice we all are quiet on that question.
I think his name rhymes with
Mosey, with Mosey. Rhymes with Mosey. Let's see. Chief does want to know, we need a place after Saturday to eat. Do you recommend Burn Offerings? You bet your bippy I do. The only problem is, Chief, because it is a kosher restaurant and certified by the OU, which is Orthodox Union, they are actually not open during the Jewish Sabbath at sunset Friday, sunset Saturday. So unfortunately, unless you plan ahead and want to order stuff before Friday, by mid-afternoon and have it ready when you go home. But unfortunately, Sunday you can go and celebrate post-anniversary. But, oh, by the way, these Thomases, I got too many Thomases in the chat room. All right, so let us put up the question and the picture to win the prize of the Chris Masters autographed. Who is this well-known wrestling manager from the 1980s of the World Wrestling Federation? Who is that individual? First caller to get it right, 702-329-6947.
No, it's not Nacho Libre.
No,
That's who I thought it was when I first looked at
not
it.
Jack Black for sure. 702-329-6947. First caller to make that box right here light up, that of course you have to have the right answer, will win that prize, and we'll give you the details. Who is this well-known wrestling manager from the 1980s? And if for some reason we don't get an answer in the next 10 minutes, we'll fire away another hint, but you'll be embarrassed when you realize who it is if we have to give you the second hint.
He does not look like
No, he
Vince,
does
sir.
not. He certainly does not. All right, let's get moving with some news. Vince sees Angel Garza as a young Eddie Guerrero. Is this the Charlotte Flair influence?
I can see like how he can get that comparison. He's got the charisma, the moves, and I don't think there'll ever be like another Eddie Guerrero, but he's got the.
We have a caller.
Yeah, and I know who it is, and I don't know. We should disqualify this person because he won last week on Saturday, and he's threatening to still kick my ass. I don't know if I want to give it to him. Chief, you got an answer?
Well, I know who. I'll give you the right answer, but let's donate it to something else.
Okay. What do you want to? First of all, what do you want to donate it to?
How about the first guest that shows up Saturday at Power Play?
The first guest that shows up, like someone to attend the event?
Absolutely.
Are you going to be there to track that?
I got to be there
I-
before it opens. So
All right, so we'll rely on Matt then. How's that?
me and
I'll
Jason
be
got to
there.
be there before they open.
Yeah, Matt and Jason will be there before everything starts. So, okay, I
I'll be there.
wish we had a current picture or how this individual be recognized that we could have put up after we get the answer. All right, Chief, give it to us. Who is that well-known
In
wrestling
fact-
manager?
In fact, I think his tag team partner, they were known as the Sicilians.
Yep, I believe that is correct. So who is that?
That is Captain Lou Albano.
Captain Lou Albano is the correct answer. Boy, you would never not realize how that would be. I'm talking here. I can mute your microphone very quickly.
You can't mute that.
I can have no, but if I mute him, no. But that is correct. That is Captain Lou. You would not know that I was him. I mean, Scott showed us that picture.
Now for you guys, what was his tag team partner's name?
Listen, who's asking the questions on this show, Chief?
Chief.
Apparently, Chief.
By the way, Scott Hosey approves of your desire to reallocate the winner to the first person who shows up on Saturday. You just put that in the chat room.
I totally agree. But his tag team partner was Tony Altamori.
Oh, okay, Tony Altamori. I did not know that. But there's a picture of Captain Lou as we know him from Cyndi Lauper's video. Girls just want to have fun, and of course, while he was managing everybody from the Wild Samoans on down to the Rock and Roll Connection of Hulk Hogan and Cyndi Lauper and all that stuff. So, good stuff. Chief, as always, we love you, brother.
Love you. See you guys Saturday.
You got it. All right. So, be the first person who shows up at Power Play Sports at 11 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
And you'll be the first one, and you'll claim the prize of the Chris Masters signed toy figurine. Are they called figurines for WWE? What are they called?
Action
figures.
Action figures. See, figurines, again, showing my age. What can I tell you? Power Play Sports is located, by the way. Did you just put the flyer up for where it's located? This
I
is
think
why
I said Boulevard about 20 times in
I
the
think
last
so, yes.
2 minutes.
Have we lost every communication where we are right now?
This place is really small.
Remember he was telling us about the teleprompter, and he's sending us I hate that teleprompter right now because that's where he's reminding us to do stuff. Anyway, Power Play Sports is located at the Boulevard Mall, Desert Inn in Maryland. On the backside is the easiest way to find it. Go in towards the backside near the theater, Galaxy Theater, and it'll be real easy. You'll see Sequest is on that backside. He's right over there by Heads Up. and all
Versus
that
Pro
stuff.
Wrestling's on
Versus
that
Pro
side.
Wrestling, yes. So go in on the back end on the opposite side of Maryland Parkway, and you'll get there. Listen, Thomas B. I may not make it past Saturday. If that happens, you can't get any more masks. That's all I got to say. Also, free drawing, 6 Raider gift baskets will be given away, and 2 Golden Knight gift baskets will be given away at the Power Play Sports Celebration. Shoot, I may have to show up just for that. I may cancel all my shows on Saturday just to show up for that.
Yeah, right.
That's tough.
I
because
think
the
you have
first-
an in with the owner.
Yeah, but I don't have an in. I don't know. The other two shows I'm not so sure about. All right. Hey, listen, tweet us. I got an idea. Send us a tweet of your favorite Captain Lou Albano moment.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Using the hashtag Thoughts Count Anywhere. How's that? Tweet us what your favorite Captain Lou moment is. And could be even the video. I thought he was great in the video for the 3 seconds he was in it, by the way, with Cyndi Lauper. All right, next topic. Hot off the presses, Scott confirmed this before he went on the air, but with some COVID outbreaks down at the Performance Center, WWE tapings may be in jeopardy moving forward. Thoughts?
That's
Okay.
pretty.
I didn't mean to shock you guys with that topic. You guys-
No, you didn't. I was just seeing who was talking first.
Oh, okay. Well, he's over there. You got the bigger
Usually
name.
it's you talking first because you got the big name.
That's right. You got the bigger name in the intro.
Damn straight.
Thoughts count anywhere. Now the Mount Mullen
Pretty
show.
crazy now that they have the. I heard there was like hours and hours of delays because they physically tested everybody for it and would not let them anywhere near the building until they got a negative. So apparently, if they got enough positives to start delaying stuff, with the 10 wrestlers they seem to use for Raw and SmackDown every week.
But that's that's really all they have, given the amount of performers who can't travel or choose
Yeah,
not to travel. So
true.
their hand is a little bit tied, which kind of goes back to what we talked about at the top with Christian. You know, they're kind of hamstrung with who's
Yeah,
available, and now desperation, as one of the listeners put into the chat room.
Now with Becky gone, Roman gone.
And with no date, even no sighting of when Roman may even come back.
Well, he did like a cameo thing, and basically he said he's not coming back until there's a cure. So
Well, that'll be a year or so.
That's
Now,
gonna be a while.
granted, with his leukemia, I totally understand him being that cautious.
yeah,
absolutely.
definitely. He
But-
said his family's still under quarantine.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't realize they were still under quarantine.
Oh, they quarantined themselves basically. But
All right. Next topic. Backlash. Greatest wrestling match ever?
it was a good match, but you can't call something the greatest match ever, like pre-existing. That's so much pressure to put on those two. Plus all the voiceovers and the
I gotta-
NXT crowds and
I loved it. I absolutely loved seeing the old MSG sign come down, the old microphone.
Yeah, that
when-
was cool.
When Howard Finkel would do that, and the fact that they used his voice for the
yeah,
intros.
I love that part.
Charles Robinson in the old button-up shirt with the bow ties.
Yeah.
I thought, that was great. And I got to be honest with you, I enjoyed the extra pipe of the crowd. I thought it was an extra element that we've forgotten almost what that sounds like after 3 months. I don't think they overused it. I think I actually, the match itself, listen, when they brought out using everybody else's finishers, the Three Amigos to the Rock Bottom to the Pedigree and all that, I thought that was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant that they brought all that stuff back. I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
It was a great match. I definitely liked it, but I just didn't like the piped-in crowd because you hear like 15,000 people screaming and you see Randy Orton have them in some kind of move and you see like 10 people clapping.
Well, that's true. Yeah, okay, yeah. But somebody did. I was listening to Busted Open earlier today, or it was yesterday, whatever. They did bring up one point. Actually, Bubba Ray did, Bully Ray, whatever name he's going by on the show. Every wrestler that was in the back, if this was built to be the greatest wrestling match
Should
ever,
have been out there.
Should have all been out there
Yep.
watching with NXT.
That would've been
Absolutely.
cool.
That would have been cool to see it, but they all should have been out there just for the extra bodies. Maybe it was social
Yeah.
distancing. Maybe they chose not to, but they should have all been out there in the crowd
There's
as well.
enough people in that crowd now. They ain't social distancing.
Now, Chief put in there that Kevin Owens may be gone for a while. I don't know. Is that because of the testing or is that because of an injury? I'm not sure. Chief, if you can clarify that. Yes, Robinson did go old school. And Scott, I feel like Big Daddy's watching, says, doesn't two negatives equal a positive? What did we say? Did we say something that created that for him to write? Did I say something that...
I blame it on you. I don't even know what happened, but we'll go with that.
It's the bell. Listen, I got my bodyguard here in the studio. So
Why are you blaming the bell ringer?
because I can.
It's always your fault.
Because I can.
This time it's not my fault, so good luck with that.
Next topic. Mustafa Ali was quietly sent to Raw, so does that mean the hijacker is done for on SmackDown, or are we going to see a reincarnation?
I don't know if they're going to make like somebody else the hijacker or not, but I don't think there's no way it wasn't Ali unless they're saving like some miraculous CM Punk like return for a live crowd or something, but the way they were portraying it, it had to have been Ali. So maybe he'll be on Raw. The hijacker will end up on Raw.
Well, if it does, and Ali is now over there,
Yeah.
that will certainly lend to speculation. By the way, Owens, yes, because it was testing. Cody is here for Wes Logan. Unfortunately, you missed Wes about 20 minutes ago, but catch it on the replay on the podcast as soon as we're done. Okay. Thanks, Scott. He was saying something that it was sarcasm, double testing for COVID. You know, Scott doesn't talk much in sarcasm, does he?
Yes.
Yeah, he does.
He's fluent.
If it was a language, it certainly would be. Next topic. Let's see. Undertaker documentary, Chapter 4. What'd you think?
I thought it was great. It's still like weird to see the Undertaker doing like everyday things. Like he's been so guarded for so long. To see like Undertaker bickering with his wife or
Right.
anything like that, you're just like, he's really human.
Yeah, well, and we forget that. We see that figure up there. You know, we see the phenom for so many years, and you do get lost in the fact that he really is a person because he carried that outside of the ring. He lived it, as was said in this last chapter.
Yeah.
The introspect, what I love about it is because we all know he's been guarded for so long, but I go back to something I said after the first chapter. This taping started 7 years ago.
Yeah.
2013. So they had to have known something was going to develop over the years. But if you've been guarded for that many years, but then all of a sudden you let cameras following you 7 years ago, I don't know. I mean, it's just kind of interesting how the timetable just kind of got sped up on him.
And he might have been plotting his retirement for a while because
Could
he
be.
said WrestleMania 26. He said he should have left with Shawn.
Yeah, he did say that. He did say that, absolutely. So, again, I don't see him. I'm just reading Scott's messages. It's just he's killing me back here. He's not even here, and he's killing me. Even in my absence, people love me. Okay. I'm looking forward to the fifth one because obviously that's going to lead up to this past WrestleMania because they're talking about the AJ Styles thing. I don't want to listen. He deserves to go out, like you said, when he's ready to. I want him to go out in front of 100,000 people. You know, the last ride and the thing he did with AJ was tremendous. But he deserves to have that send-off walking out in front of 100,000 people, in my opinion. Now, would we ever see that given today's society with everything that's going on? I don't know anymore. But there's a guy that really deserves to go out in front of a ton of people and his fans.
It would be cool. I thought he should have retired when he like put the jacket and everything in the middle of the ring and just kind of went away at
And we all thought that.
WrestleMania.
And we all thought that.
That should have been the way, but if that wasn't it, I would be happy if AJ Styles was his last match. And
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure that was his last match, honestly.
And I find it interesting when he did the tag team with Roman in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And he went into the back and he told Vince, "I'm done."
Yeah.
After that match, because that was a great match. Everybody loved it. He did well. He felt great. And he told Vince, "This is it. I'm done." And I
Then
think
you see him talking to AJ.
right. Then he's talking with AJ, and Vince, I think, even whispered back, "Yeah, we'll see next year," or whatever it was. That kind of egged him on. But listen, there's a guy who should write his own ticket. And Chiva's asking who is his last match with. Well, right now his last match was against AJ, right?
I think that was his last match. I think that's going to be like the end of the
You think so?
documentary.
That would be, you know what, that would not surprise me, and that would be a little great ending if that were the case, that he makes his announcement through the series.
Yeah.
All right, next topic. Karrion Kross, who we all love and respect here in Vegas and all across the wrestling community. Question is all of a sudden he comes in, all of a sudden gets a match, NXT Championship match. Is it too quick?
No.
Not at all.
Tell me why.
He's proven himself time and time again in the independent circuit, as well as his ring ethic and his talking is just far better than anything we've seen in a long time. He backs up everything he says.
Yeah.
And then some.
Listen, I'm happy. I thought, and he's done his best speaking by not speaking.
Yes.
I.e.,
True.
the way the show ended last week with Scarlett coming out and putting the hourglass in and not saying anything. And he's been speaking without having to say a word. Thomas Burnett mentions that in that last episode, Shane did challenge The Undertaker for one more Hell in a Cell match. Scott puts in there final match should be against Sting. Now, 15 years ago, 10 years ago,
Yeah.
okay. I don't know if I want to see Sting, Sting with his neck and the buckle bomb that hurt him and put him out. I don't know. I that match now, to me, is not as appealing as it would have been had they done it. Even when he first came into WWE, Sting, this last round before he got hurt, would have been better than I think if they do it now. That's just my take on it.
I totally agree. That was even like Undertaker versus Goldberg. That was way too late.
Yeah, same thing. Next topic. Paul Heyman, no longer in charge of creative on Raw, now being focused purely on his character in the ring.
That means Brock Lesnar's return is imminent, or he's managing somebody else.
And that's the question right there. Because if he's going to have a more active role in front of the camera now, being Brock's advocate is not enough to keep him busy. There's
No,
got to
not
be
at all.
somebody else. There's
Yeah.
got to be somebody else. Who would you like to see him paired with? Male or female?
Shayna Baszler.
MMA,
be a good one.
MMA connection. That's not a bad idea. How about Ruby Riott? Her name had come up before.
Yeah, I want to see her still go with Seth Rollins' group.
I think that would not be bad. Yeah, I think Shayna, that's a good one. I like Shayna to go with him because of the MMA connection.
I'd want to see like him go with like Cesaro, because Cesaro's not too good on the mic, but he's super good in the ring.
True.
Maybe that's what he would need to get to like
Who's
that
that?
next level. Cesaro.
Oh, Cesaro? Well, didn't he try it? Wasn't he a Paul Heyman guy for a short time?
yeah, it
a
was
few years
actually
back?
for like a couple minutes.
Like
but-
for a drink of water?
Yeah, it was like him and Curtis Axel.
Yeah. I mean, so they tried it, but the thing is, I think they've been selling him short for a long. Cesaro, I think, is long overdue for a major push for a
Oh
title.
yeah.
You know?
Scott just said Ronda.
Well, that would be an obvious connection. I think that was talked about even when she came in the first time, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
But I think that my fear with Ronda, she's not going to be a full-time performer. I think she's going to be going down the way of Brock.
They need to go with somebody that like really can't talk.
Well, Shinsuke Nakamura comes to mind, or Asuka for that matter.
Yeah.
Did you have a thought? I saw your hand go. Did you have a thought on that? Who you think? Turn his mic on, if you don't mind. If you want to pop the camera on our special in-studio guest. Okay, you're good to go.
All right. I think honestly, a guy we should see team up with Paul Heyman, Dominic Dijakovic.
Oh, the new
Oh
guy.
yeah. That'd be a
'Cause
good one
he
too.
can go. He's tall. He looks like an action figure, and he's had some banger matches against Keith Lee throughout his entire career. I think he's missing that mouthpiece. Paul Heyman can get behind him, really build him up, and have him be a big contender for Raw or SmackDown, wherever he goes.
Right on. And for those who may not have recognized the voice with the face, even though we had the camera on him, he's known for BVW, Future Stars of Wrestling, and many, many other wrestling promotions. That's one Fresco-matic.
Behold.
The Fly is in the house. When I do ring announcing, his name is so much fun to call in the ring. It's just the cadence of introducing him is just so cool.
Oh yeah.
I absolutely love announcing you to come to the ring because your cadence of your introduction is perfect with how you ask for it to be done. I just love calling his.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. Got to make sure when people get announced, it's like, okay, it's build, boom, here he comes. Always try to have that type of mentality.
Well, then you come out with Primo, of course.
yeah,
I mean,
best manager in the game.
Absolutely. Although I wish he didn't shave his beard, though.
It's growing back.
Oh, it is,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, it's growing back. Yeah,
Absolutely. We love you, Primo, by the way. I didn't say I didn't. I do. Anyway, he'll chase me next time, too. Next topic. Bruce Pritchard is now in charge of Raw. Thoughts?
It makes sense, but I wonder what's going to happen to the people like Paul Heyman's been pushing for to try to get like new faces on Raw.
Apollo
like
Crews was one of them.
The Apollo Cruzes, the Liv Morgans.
Mm-hmm.
With Bruce Pritchard thinking everything from like 1980 is super cool, I'm kind of nervous of what's about to happen.
Especially his old character when he was on TV, too. Brother Love. All right, next topic. I'm going to start skipping through because we only have a couple of minutes left here. Charlotte Flair goes on a rant about entitled wrestlers and pointed right at Sasha Banks.
And Nia Jax.
And Nia Jax, yes. Does she have a point?
She makes a great point. Nia should not have got a title shot this early, and either should have Sasha. You have so many more people in talent that are there every day that don't get a shot. So Charlotte is right.
Okay.
You go away for like certain reasons, whether it's surgery or just because you want space from the business or whatever she said she wanted.
Right.
You should have to like earn your way back up. It's just like they were like, oh, we're back. Oh, you're in the title picture. What happened to the rest of the people that are there like every week? Like Charlotte's been like the
Right. No, she's been the mainstay throughout this COVID, being on
Yeah.
all the shows. By the way, Chief says hello to you in the chat room.
What's up? How you doing?
Good. Give it again. Your mic wasn't up. Now it is. No, you're good.
All right, how you doing? What's going on with you?
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, next topic. All right, Impact AEW report. Go. Pick one.
I'll do the Impact report. Tessa Blanchard wasn't on it, so that's
nothing
the end
else
of the
matters.
Impact report.
JR did not ask me this, but apparently he got the name trademark, the voice of wrestling. See, mine is just the voice. He's got of wrestling, so we're a little different there, but I appreciate JR copying me. All right, let's go to pop culture with the few minutes we have left. My God, I'm going to get a call from an attorney soon, I bet. Okay. Pro Bowl. Hey, listen, this should be no surprise to Vegas after losing the draft, but we were awarded the Pro Bowl 2021, which will lend itself to door opening for potential Super Bowl somewhere down the line. Yes?
That'll be awesome.
I mean, did
Can't
it
wait.
surprise anybody we got the Pro Bowl?
Not at all.
No.
Because they were talking about that when they canceled the draft anyway, or when it was in jeopardy. Next topic. Who's going to be the first one online at the Wynn Buffet when it opens?
If I had money.
Although it's not going to be the traditional buffet. They're going to serve you. They're going to give you a menu. They're going to serve you. But the Wynn as a classic buffet is going to be the first buffet to open. Although I guess Golden Corral is open, technically.
Yeah.
Didn't Golden Corral open back up?
Yeah, they just
believe
have
it
people
did.
behind the thing and they basically
Right, like
just
cafeteria
scoop the
style.
food for you.
Yeah. All right. So technically the Wynn is not the first buffet to open back up.
Oh no, even then, $65 for a buffet is kind of
Expensive?
That's the high price for dinner, I think. But there are like lunch prices because we went over them yesterday on Time to Vegas, which you can catch here from 9 to 10 a.m. with Gypsy. Cheap plug.
Cheap plug.
But there were a couple of different prices. But yeah, $65. I don't listen. That's too much. Next topic. Dana White named Amanda Nunes over Ronda Rousey on his Mount Rushmore for MMA. Your thoughts?
It totally makes sense. She beat Ronda Rousey senseless. She's beaten every major female star. She's like the most dominant woman in the history of mixed martial arts. It wouldn't make sense for him to put literally anybody else on.
The one knock, though, that I saw in the article that people would not accept for Amanda is that she's not a mainstream name like Ronda is now because of wrestling.
Ronda was in like movies and stuff, so
But that's
people
just
know her
it.
off
So she was
that,
more mainstream than Amanda was, and I think that was the only knock that people brought up when talking with Dana about why you'd want to put Amanda up there instead of Rousey. But it is what it is. Listen, what I saw the other night when she fought, I mean, just dominating over her opponent. Next topic. The new casino downtown, the Circa, is planning its open partly on October 28th. You should be familiar with that, right? Being down there?
It's crazy how fast they're building that thing. I remember when it was like still underground, and every day I drive by it, it seems to grow about 10 stories.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? I used to work at the Jockey Club right in the middle of the strip selling timeshare. And if you guys remember the Boardwalk Casino on the strip that had that old roller coaster
Yeah.
what was the wrestler? The boxer.
Butterbean.
Butterbean would do the commercial for. I worked next to that, and I also watched all of that. The Cosmo, the Aria from the ground up with the... Man, they put it up fast. Last topic. We are on overdrive. Saw this today. Now, Henry Cavill, Superman, for those who do not know, is a star on The Witcher, but he is not returning. Bray Wyatt has thrown his name into the ring to want to replace him in that character. Thoughts?
I could see that. That'd be kind of cool. I'm not a Henry Cavill fan, so anybody to replace him would be cool.
Here's one I've got for you. Would you rather see that happen or Sonya Deville take over for Batwoman?
I'd rather see Sonya Deville as Batwoman.
Me too. Not that the outfit has anything to do with it, but, I would rather see that happen. I don't know. I think Bray's character in wrestling right now is too important to have him distracted to do TV and stuff. I don't know if that's the right way to go, but that's just me.
There's so many people missing from the main roster. They can't afford to miss the Fiend for that long.
Exactly right. All right, we are overtime. Final thoughts, Mr. Bellboy.
I'm good. No more thoughts. I'm gone.
His thought slate is blank.
Yes.
But it always starts that way.
Actually,
He's-
wait. As
No takebacks.
I can take back anything I want. Chief said, as Scott says, who can sell merchandise? That's what Scott has been saying. Who sells the most merchandise?
Oh, you mean in terms of like having Charlotte
Yeah.
all over the place? Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, right now, I hate to say it this way, but the WWE needs every dollar coming in revenue since they can't do all the shows
Oh, yeah.
and everything else. So I can't disagree with that for sure. Kimball Hinton, former high school classmate of mine back in New York, is in the chat room. So we are coast to coast.
Very nice.
Yes, Kimball, you and I need to hook back up about that show you wanted to do. Final thoughts, sir.
Everybody stay safe out there. Hopefully we can get everything back to normal at some point. I miss going to wrestling shows.
I miss
Hopefully
getting
everyone can keep their distance so we can get this going. And
What did you say?
I miss getting autographs.
Oh, I thought he just
That
said I miss
too.
getting out. I didn't
speaking
know.
of Henry Cavill, don't
Yes.
ask him for one because he's kind of a prick.
Is he really? That's not cool.
We saw him outside of a hotel in San Diego, and there's only 2 of us there. And we were like, hey, Henry, do you mind signing? There's only 2 of us. We're big fans. He's like, that's too many. And got in his car and left.
Jeez.
Gee, Matt, does that sound like Sasha and Bailey?
Oh, yeah.
I can sign a headshot for you on Saturday if you want him replaced. I got him.
I'll take one for 20.
You want me to pay you for 20?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
And I'll give it to Chief so he can take his lesson.
Why do I see a dartboard and darts?
Oh, the thoughts that are in my head right now.
You can.
That's the
air
first
them.
segment.
But I will. Yeah, exactly. All right. So, hey, Saturday, don't forget, Power Play Sports Collectibles has their anniversary show 11 to 3. 12 to 2 is the signing with Jeff Cobb. There you go. It's up on the screen. And Ricardo Rodriguez. Then 2 to 3, hey, this crew and Scott, which basically is all the same people, will be live from Power Play Sports.
No,
Same
we're-
people doing 2 shows at
No,
the same
we're
time.
puppets. Don't you know that
Hey,
we're puppets?
Listen, Scott writes the checks. We can do whatever he wants. That's right. He sponsors all of these shows here that we're on. We will be there from 2 to 3, a live remote, covering the party, covering verses, covering just because we didn't have enough airtime tonight or Saturday. We'll be back again. And come on down. Come on down. $20 for the seminar at Versus to be taught by Ricardo over there. Come get an autograph. Come see Scott. And also, too, don't forget, first person that shows up for the event at 11 o'clock on Saturday must check in with either Matt or Jason or both at the same time, whichever one you find first. And you will get the signed action figure of Chris Masters.
There's nothing
There's
up
nothing
there.
on the teleprompter. You're pointing to an empty teleprompter. Oh, well, I got it on the monitor over your head. I got you. You got that one right there, behind you. Jeez. He's got so many screens in here, he forgets what's what. Jeez. Oh, and look at that. Sean Davari, who broke into WWE at a time that was really controversial because of who his character was. But Saturday, July 11th, you got that autograph signing, $10 each at the Boulevard Mall.
Speaking of, do you know Muhammad Hassan's a school principal now?
Is he really?
Yeah, in New York.
What a quinkity.
What? All right, it's time to end this. So much fun. We want to thank our in-studio guest here, Fresco Manic, and his manager, right? Your bodyguard manager. Really the boss. I mean, let's face it.
True.
Right.
Yeah, definitely the boss.
Absolutely. We want to thank you guys for hanging out with us. We want to thank Wes for coming in earlier on in the show, and his significant other was here as well. More importantly, we want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in every Wednesday. We will see you over the weekend, 8 a.m., Power Play Sports Card Collectibles right here on Go Live. Scott hopefully will be here. By the way, best wishes to Scott and his family dealing with his situation at home. Hope all goes well. From all of us here, have a great week. Stay safe. Stay safe, be happy, be wealthy, and as always, welcome back next week. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next time right here on Thoughts Count Anywhere.